We have sent a load offer to this test unit. As you can see, the messages come through. When the message comes through, all three of the buttons change to say read, and it'll beep 3 times. It doesn't matter which button you press, any of the buttons will work, so we'll just pick one and press read. This top line tells you that it's a message from dispatch and the date and time, and really not much else. We'll press select. The first 3 lines tell you that it's from dispatch. It's a corporate freeform text message. And this is like a scroll of parchment. It rolls up and down. So for every time you press the down arrow, you'll get a new message of text at the bottom, and it'll make the top one disappear. So we're going to press the down arrow 3 times. We'll get 3 new lines of text. This tells you the date and time that it came, and that this freight bill number is 0586894. This is the number that you'll want to keep up with to make sure that you get paid for all of your loads. It's our freight bill number. 3 more times with the down arrow. If we knew what the trailer number was, it would be here in the load offer. Generally we don't. We're waiting for you to tell us. It gives you a date and time range to pick up. The time is all in military time. If it is a single time, then it would be like from 8 to 8, and that would be an 8 o'clock pickup. If there's a pickup window, it would say from 8 to 10. This test load picks up at Brown Trucking, gives you their name, address, and phone number. Keep pressing the down arrow. It tells you when the load delivers. Again, it's a time window. If it's a specific time, they'll be the same. This load delivers to Smurfit Stone in Lithonia, gives you their name, address, and phone number. If there was a release number or we knew their bill of lading number, it would be in here. You know you've gotten to the bottom when you find the trip number, and just before the trip number is the line haul and fuel on the load, and it is the gross line haul and fuel. So after you've read and written down all the information that you need, you'll press reply in the middle, use the down arrow to go to accept and decline, hit select, use the down arrow to point to yes, hit done, and send. And that basically just sends a confirmation to dispatch, letting them know that you have read and understood the load offer. Now in our case, depending on when they send this load offer to you, if you're getting your load offer at night and you're not going to do the load until in the morning, you wouldn't want to activate the trip until you get in the truck to do the load tomorrow. If they're sending it to you today to do the work right now, then you would activate the trip right away. So when you're ready to activate the trip, you'll press the down arrow on the right hand side. You'll find the list of trip numbers sent to your truck. In our case, there's only one. So we're going to select and start the trip. It's important that you start the trip at least by the time you get to the shipper. You don't want to have left the shipper before you start the trip. If you do, you still need to go ahead and start the trip and then do an arrive at the shipper after the fact. But you need to try to have started the trip before you get to the shipper. In our case, we'd now get in our truck, we'd drive to the terminal in Lithonia. When we get to Lithonia, if it doesn't automatically pop up and say that we're arriving in Lithonia to where you just press the arrive button, you will press the down arrow for a manual arrival. You'll see the 2 locations where you can arrive. If it's a multi-stop load, you'll see more than 2. But this has Brown as the shipper, so we're going to select Brown. And the bottom left will change to arrive, then you'll pick arrive. Immediately after you do any arrival, you're going to get a message coming back that is a confirmation and acknowledgement that we've gotten the message, and it's now asking for some information about your trailer. So we're going to press read because all of them say read. It's a drop and hook message, so we're going to press select, and it tells you here that it's just a drop and hook. We press reply, and it's asking for your trailer number. The test trailer number is trailer number 80, so we're going to type in a 5-digit 80, which is 00080. Then we're going to press next. This is asking for trailer defects. If there are no defects, you just point to the number 1, which is none, and press next. If you find something wrong with the tires or the brakes or the lights or any of these others, you point to the correct number. We're going to pick next. Well, we're going to pick none and next. This is an area where if you had found a defect in, say, the lights, you would put the right rear tail light is out. We're going to press skip, and we're going to press send. And that sends in the trailer information of the trailer that you're hauling the load on. If this were a real load, you would then drive away from Brown Lithonia and it would automatically depart you. Since our unit doesn't move, we have to do a manual departure, and you do it just like the arrival. You press the down arrow on the right hand side. Brown Trucking, you'll see, is still there. When you hit select, though, instead of arrive, the bottom left changes to depart, and we're going to pick depart. Now we'd get in our truck and we drive over to Stone, Lithonia. When you get to Stone, Lithonia, the exact same thing's going to happen again. It could automatically arrive you, pop up saying arrived, and you just press the bottom left that says arrive. If it does not, you have to do a manual arrival. Manual arrival was with the down arrow on the right hand side. You can see Smurfit Stone is there. Hit select, bottom left changes to arrive, pick arrive. And as soon as you do an arrival, you go through the same deal on the trailer. The information we're looking for in both locations is the trailer that you hauled the load on, not really what you're pulling out, which is what it's going to ask you. We're going to press read, select, and reply. And even though this says trailer out, what we want is the same trailer that you hauled the load on. So in our case it was trailer number 80. We're going to put 80 in again. We're going to press next. Go down to 1 and none. Press next. We're going to skip because we found no defects, and we're going to send. Then if this were a real load, you'd drive away from Stone, Lithonia. The departure would happen automatically, completing the load. But in our case, we're going to press the down arrow on the right hand side, hit select, and do a manual departure, and that would complete the load. This is the standard load and how to complete a single stop load.